Let's do it. Dr. Harris, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. Come on, let's get to it. Let's get to it. UnSINsored, UnSINsored, UnSINsored. Amen. I believe this month we're going to try to address some things that oftentimes in church we neglect. Amen. Bear with me. If I cuss y'all, just sit here with me. Amen. Amen. Is that okay? This is my ghetto side. If I cuss y'all with me, right? Amen. Amen. This is my sanctified section. This is the folk who just don't quite know. Amen. Let's do it. Let's do it. You do know that every coin has two sides. And there are always, Junior, there are always two sides to every story. Charlotte, a book and a page, has a front and a back, which means it's two-sided. Matter of fact, every person, every one of us has two sides to our personality. There is the person that we want the world to see, and then there's the person that we don't want nobody to see. I know I said it incorrectly, but can I say it one more time? There is a person that we want the world to see, and then there's the person that we don't want nobody to see. It's something that I call the public me versus the private me. Say that with me, the public me versus the private me. I think I feel them already. If you don't mind, can I talk publicly about the private me? Or can I talk publicly rather about the public me? The public me, watch this, has two earned degrees. One in Bible and one in theology. The public me has, watch this, has increasingly been identified as a man of integrity. The public me has garnered attention for my intuitive creativity. The public me, Reg, is recognized as a man who values family and even community. Matter of fact, the public me just had the awesome opportunity to be featured in a documentary, not privately, watch this, but publicly. I'm proud of the public me because the public me is finally becoming the man that I wanted the public me to be. That's the public me, but the private me. The public me is not the problem, it's the private me. The private, watch this, I've come to discover that the private me has become problematic for the public me. Yeah, the private me is becoming problematic with the public me. I've noticed this in my own life that, watch this, the private me sometimes reacts rather negatively. Yeah, the private me doesn't always act like Jesus has saved me. The private me doesn't always act like Jesus has saved me. The private me does not always act like the Holy Spirit has changed me. The private me does not always indicate that I'm walking with Jesus. The private me struggles. The private me does not always yield to the will of the Almighty. Listen, I don't need you to pray for the public me. I need you to pray for the private me. What's compelling about David is that David was a holy man, but at the same time, David was a hot mess. Yeah, that's what's compelling about David. David was a holy man, and then he was a hot mess. You do know that you can be holy and messy all at the same time. Don't look at nobody. You might be looking at the one I'm talking about. You can be holy and messy all at the same time. I believe somebody in this house agrees with me. You can be holy and messy all at the same time. Watch this, darling. You can be holy and messy. Watch this, all in the same place. You can be holy and messy all in the same day. You can be holy and messy within the same hour. You can be holy and messy at the same time. Who am I talking to? Can we be real for just a moment? I know you love the Lord, but watch this. This has not stopped you from lurking lustfully. Yeah, I know you love the Lord, but that doesn't stop you from putting a little Vaseline on your hand and going to work on yourself. I know you love the Lord, but that doesn't stop you from overindulging in alcohol and even weed. I know you love Jesus and you sing on the praise team, but you are a hot mess. Let's be real. I know you love the Lord, but it doesn't stop you from popping in that VHS and going to work. I know you love the Lord, but that doesn't stop you from looking at that lady that ain't even your wife and I gotta get that. I know you love the Lord, but sometimes you still a little messy. I know you love the Lord. Watch this. I know you love the Lord. They consider you a, watch this. You are a prayer warrior and a backbiter in the same person. You're a preacher on a pew and cuss us out in the back seat. You can be holy and messy at the same time. I know we know how to act when we get in church, but we sure know how to act when we get in the club. We're holy and messy at the same. You will take communion one Sunday and watch it. Don't even wait till the next Sunday. You get drunk when you get home. Holy and messy at the. See, it's not the public you that's the problem. It's the private you. It's not the public you, it's the private you. It's not the public you is dressed up. The public you speaks fluent churchanese. The public you can speak in tongues, but the private you. How do you speak a holy language and the devil's language all in the same sentence? You will speak in tongues, but you won't even speak to your neighbor. Holy God. How do you love Jesus, but you hate his bride? How do you love the pastor, but you can't stand his first lady? The public you is cool. It's the private you that got the problem. Publicly, David was holy, but privately, David was messy. Here's the text, 2 Samuel chapter 11. I know y'all didn't think I was going to get there. 2 Samuel chapter 11. Visitors, trust me, I know what I'm doing just a little bit. 2 Samuel chapter 11, the verse says, late one afternoon, watch this, after his midday rest, in the midday, David was getting out of the bed. One translation said David was resting on his couch. And while walking on the roof of his palace, that looks like a penthouse suite to me. While walking on the roof of his palace, as he looked out over the city, watch this, he noticed this fine young thing. The text says she was of unusual beauty. And she was taking a bath. Listen, for just a moment, can I ask you a quick question? What's done behind closed doors? What's done in your secret text compartment? Some of us got an app that you can't see unless you got a code. What's done in your private app? What's done when you're supposed to be at work, but you... Look at your neighbor and say, what's done in the dark? What's done in the dark? Let's provide a bit of context. Let's provide some context. The Bible says in chapter 11, verse 1, that in the spring of the year, when kings go out to war, the Bible says that David sent Joab. And not only does David send Joab to do his job, according to the text, the Bible lets us know that David then stayed behind in Jerusalem. According to the text, he sends Joab, watch this, to do something that he should have been doing. He sends Joab, and then he decides to stay at home, chilling on the couch. It was David Brooks of the New York Times who wrote this article called Why Men Fail. He says, and I quote, avoidant behavior is a strategy for failure. He says avoidant behavior is a strategy for failure. Can I suggest to you that the reason why so many young men are not succeeding in life is because they've become more comfortable on the couch while the women go to work? Facts. The reason why so many of our young men are not succeeding is because they're more comfortable resting on the couch while their women go to work. Look at your neighbor and ask them, what's your role? What's your role? The truth of the matter, watch this, the truth of the matter is that we're blaming things on the enemy, when really the real enemy is the enemy. We're blaming things on the enemy, when truly, dog, the real enemy is the enemy. Here is the residual effect, watch this, the residual effect of the absentee father. It has cultivated this corrupt order that has become the catalyst for role reversal. The evidence of manhood has become non-existent, thus the evolution and the work ethic of the young man has become ineffective and inefficient. The young man now has no example, and to further exacerbate the issue, watch this, mothers like Joab, who have been relegated to do somebody else's job, watch this, are now making their daughters into go-getters while making excuses for their sons. Which is why young women are turning into alpha males with type A personalities, and young men are becoming plus ones. Hashtag the feminization of the black male. Because daddy is gone, watch this, mama has to step up and be the alpha male in the house, and because she knows her plight, she's going to make sure her baby does not experience what she experienced, so she's going to make her baby, watch this, she's going to put more authority on her baby girl. She's going to put more drive in her baby girl. She's going to put more pressure on her baby girl. Her baby girl is going to get all A's and she better not get a B. So she's going to learn to succeed publicly. But watch this, her little brother is sitting in the house waiting on his shoes to be tied. And the Negro was 15. It's something that the enemy has thrown in us called the role reversal. When I was younger, Dr. Harris, if you remember, we used to say stuff like stringing the head off a chicken. And when I was younger, watch this, my grandmother literally in Holly Springs used to really spring the head off a chicken. Right? Watch this. The chicken didn't die right away. If anybody knows anything about that, when you took the head off the chicken, watch this, the body still walked around for a little while. And the African-American community is looking just like a chicken with no head. The body is still functioning, but the head is absent. And what you don't realize is that in just a little while, because the head is absent, the body will collapse. The reason why black family and black churches are suffering because the head is no longer in its place. David designated his job to Joab. Fathers, we're too busy designating our job to our ladies. And because you didn't see your daddy marry your mama, you won't marry her either, but you'll be common law for 33 years. Have you ever wondered why so many of our black men are starting to act like black girls? The reason why so many black men are acting like black girls is because it's the absence of black men. And so another way that the enemy is going to deactivate our functioning is, watch this, he's going to put stuff on TV because he knows we'd rather watch TV than read a book. And so he puts more and more homosexual things online, on TV for you to view. And every man's jeans are getting tighter, his jeans are getting short. Even LeBron, who as manly as they want to be, walking around carrying a purse, which gives us permission to do the same. So in one instance, we're teaching our daughters to be men, but we're teaching our 15-year-old son to stay on the T. The text says, in the spring of the year, don't get mad at me. I told you we're uncensored. We're uncensored this month. These are things we don't typically touch in church, but we touch it this month. The text says, in the spring of the year, when the kings typically go out to war, David sent Joab to do his job while he stayed at the house. Late one afternoon, after his midday rest, the Bible says he was out walking on the roof of his palace. As he looked out over the city, he noticed this woman of unusual beauty who was taking a bath. Before we move to the meat of the matter, let's first address this. I believe that the writer of this text was writing in such detail to paint this particular picture. And the picture that this particular passage paints for us is that David, watch this, plainly put, was out of position. He was out of position. Here it is. David was not where he was supposed to be, and he was not doing what he was supposed to be doing. In sports, oftentimes when the ball is put in the place where the player is supposed to be. The ball oftentimes is not passed directly to the player, it's passed to where the player is supposed to be. And so when the ball is passed to where the player is supposed to be, but the player is not there, we call that thing in sports a turnover. Can I suggest to you that, watch this, it's not that the enemy is stealing your stuff, some of you are just turning it over. He doesn't have to steal your stuff. You turned it over. You gave it back. And while so many of us are so busy hollering, devil, give me my stuff back, like the enemy has stolen something, watch this, in reality, you really just turned it over because you weren't where you were supposed to be. And you weren't doing what you were supposed to be doing. He didn't have to steal your stuff. You just turned it over. Some of the things that you've lost is not because you can watch it, it's because you've been out of position. But today, I feel like you're in the right place at just the right time. I feel like you're in the right place at just the right. Watch this. In the text, David was out of position. But I'm looking at about 75 Negroes who are in the right place at the right time. And if I were you, I would make my position right at the presence of Jesus. If I were you, I would take myself to the altar and say, Lord, I know I've been out of position. And if you open up the window, I won't be there to receive it. But today, I'm not talking about yesterday. Today, I'm in the right place at just the right time. Is there anybody here who got your hands up so you can receive? You gotta put your hands up. Number one, so you can receive it. Number two, so you can surrender your will. You gotta surrender your will so you can receive his will. You can't get the ball in your hands now. You gotta put your hands up. Look at your neighbor and say, you're in the right place at the right time. You might have been out of position yesterday, but today you're in the right place at the right time. You might have been out of position last week, but today you're in the right place at the right time. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I'm gonna be at his feet because I'm in the right place. The Bible says late one afternoon, after his midday rest, David got out of the bed. Some translation says he was on the couch. He got out of the bed, was walking on the roof of the palace, and as he looked out over the city, he noticed a woman of unusual beauty taking a bath. In my sanctified imagination, he was looking at Hallie, but I don't know, she might not have been there. But what I do know is that David liked them women, he liked them women, and he was looking out and he noticed this woman and she was taking a bath. He was like, ooh, she fine. Ooh, really, she fine. Can we be uncensored for just a moment? Look at your neighbor and say, let's get real. David The biblical David had an affinity for women.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he was a man after God's own heart, but he was also a man after some sex.
Yes, sir.
Public David was a man after God's own heart, but the private David, he liked the Latel. And I believe if David was here today, David would tell us that the only thing better than a woman is a new woman. Only one thing that's better than a woman, and that's a brand new woman. Somebody catch that later. Woman like that, I ain't never heard that before. Don't cry with no lady. Just go get a new lady. Amen. I'm talking about that's how they got on me. So here it is. David was out of position. Not only, watch this, not only is he out of position physically, I believe that David was out of position spiritually. In other words, he was in a vulnerable position. And it's in this position, watch it, that he sees this woman bathing. Let's not move to the text too fast. Let's stay right here for a moment. He sees this woman bathing. Reverend Brenda, he doesn't just see her. He's watching her. He becomes intrigued by her. Kevin, he's now interested in her. Let's not move too fast. Let's examine this thing. And I believe that the reason why he requested to see her is because he had become aroused by her. He didn't just, Billy Graham said, if you just see a woman, that's one thing, but it's the double look that gets you in trouble. David doesn't just see her, he begins to watch her. He becomes interested in her. He's intrigued by her. Then he sent his boy to go and get her. I believe because he had become aroused by her. In my preparation for this preaching moment, let's get real.
Come on, Westbrook.
Here's what I discovered. Statistics suggest, yes, I want statistics. Statistics suggest that 65% of non-Christian men watch pornography. Yet what's most staggering about this particular study is that while 65% of non-Christian men watch pornography, 64% of Christian men are engaged in pornography. Only 1% different. 65% of people who don't know Jesus watch it. 64% of people who know Jesus watch it. And watch it, 63% of those are people from 18 to 30 years of age. Look at your neighbor and say, there is more. Studies let us know that 318% of those who watch this, oftentimes commit adultery. 318% of those who watch pornography oftentimes commit adultery. 56% of Christian marriages end in divorce, partly due to the effects and damage of pornography. And lastly, 91% of churches in America will not even address the issue of pornography and the effect that it has on the people of God. In my studies, I've discovered that pornography, watch this, is not just something you do, it becomes an addiction.
Yes, sir.
You develop a chemical dependency. So watch this, it's not just prayer that's going to get you out of it. 91% of churches in America won't even address the word pornography. While at the same time, pornography is killing the young leaders of this generation. Why did I say of this generation? Because when we were younger, we didn't have access to smartphones. We had to find a tape. We were too young to go to the store and get it. So hopefully your mama or your daddy was nasty enough to have a tape in the second drawer underneath her clothes. Hopefully your 43 uncle had some stash in the back room next to his weed and nudie magazine. Hopefully Lady Chandler was coming on Cinemax After Dark, and you can click the channel on channel 8 before Mama heard the clicker moving and asked, what were you doing? And the enemy has us so fooled that while we thought it was a national pastime, bondage. Can I tell you why it's bondage? I don't want anybody to admit they stuff. Watch this. For the folk who have indulged, watch this. Did you quit after 1 year? No.
Come on, Westbrook.
What you started at 15, you were still struggling with at 35. And then you begin to put a strain on your wife because she couldn't do what Emmanuel could do. The reason why you're unsatisfied, watch it, she's doing the best she know how. She's giving you the best that she got. She's giving it every time you want it, and you still quitting because that tape has told you that what she's doing ain't nasty enough. The reason why this generation is struggling is because we had to fight to watch the nasty stuff. All they gotta do is click it.
That's it.
Can I publicly applaud my wife because I don't have the guts to go through my girl's phone. I'm scared of what I might see. But now you ask my son, it's a different question.
Right. Come on.
But can I suggest to you that, watch this, people don't do what you expect, they do what you inspect. You can't trip about hurting their feelings, you gotta go through their stuff. Because their life depends on it. Come here, teenagers, I need you to catch this. Teenagers and young adults, I need you to catch this. If you still got some parental supervision in your life, you better bless God. Because what they're doing is trying to save your life. I know it don't always feel like it. My grandma said it might not taste good, but it's good for you. And so the reason why we've learned to be so strict is because, watch it, we've been stricken with sin. And we don't want you to fall in the same loophole that we fell in. Here is how you know you're addicted. I can stop anytime I want. Ask your neighbor, have you stopped yet? First Peter chapter 2 verse 1 says this. It says, abstain from fleshly lust. Watch this, which wages war, not just against your body, but against your soul. Abstain from fleshly lust, which wars not just against your body, but against your soul. Publicly, David was holy, but privately, David had issues. And what plagued him inwardly, catch this, began to affect him outwardly. In other words, what's done in the dark what's done in the dark, what you're doing privately won't be private too long. There is always warning before destruction. If you don't address your private issues now, there will be public issues for you to repent about later.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me close this. So one of my favorite female athletes, Josh, I used to watch track and field. Josh is in the back, you can hear me. He's a track and field star. I'll speak that over his life. Marion Jones in the early 2000s, one of my favorite track and field stars. The girl could flat out get it. But what happened to Marion is that she discovered, once they began to kind of put allegations on her name, she discovered that some of the stuff that she was taking, this is her testimony, that some of the things that she had been taken by her manager, her sports manager, was actually a sports performance enhancing drug. She thought it was something natural that she could take, but she discovered later that it was actually a performance enhancing drug. So when the jury began to ask her, did you know about this and were you taking it? She lied. Why did she lie? She lied for good reason. Because all the hard work that she had been put into being an athlete, all of her gold medals, all the records that she's broken, they would come under fire if she announced that what she did was wrong. Come on. So as the story goes, certainly they discovered that what she did was against the rules, and she wound up having to do time, 6 months in prison, because she lied to the jury. And when she got out, they stripped her of every gold medal. They stripped her of all her records. They stripped her of her livelihood, and she's still to this day fighting to recover her name. Because what happened in the dark made its way to the light. I'm reminded of something that happened over 2,000 years ago.
Yes, sir.
A marched man publicly at this place called Calvary. The Bible lets us know that what happened to him at night. And when they thought they had got away with it, successfully killing him publicly at night, look at your neighbor and say, what's done in the dark? What's done in the dark? See, he died this Friday night. The Bible lets us know that it was darkness all over the land. And he stayed in that dark grave all night Friday. He stayed in that dark grave all day and all night Saturday. But somebody needs to know that what's done in the dark will also come to light. And what happened to Jesus in the nighttime, the Bible lets us know that early Sunday morning, weeping may endure for a night, but joy shows up in the morning. What happens in the dark, look at your neighbor and say it's going to come to light. You think nobody is watching you work at nighttime. The Lord is watching your work at nighttime. And Charlie, your work is done in the dark. I need you to know that it will come to the light. The tears that you shed at nighttime will come to the light. The prayers that you prayed in the nighttime will come to the light. All your work that's done behind closed doors will come to the light. He died Friday night, but early Sunday morning, look at your neighbor and shout early. Look at your neighbor and shout early. Weeping endured Friday night. Look at your neighbor and say joy rose up in the morning time. Is there anybody in this place who can give God glory? Because what happens in your nighttime can make preparations for your daytime. Somebody shout, thank you, Jesus. You do know that he does his best work at night. The children of Israel walked through the Red Sea at night. What happens in the nighttime can make preparations for your daytime. Is there anybody in this place who can give God glory? Because he's used the nighttime situations of your life. So, here is what I like about David. Here's what I like about David. And this is a testament to us. David understood his guilt. Well, let's not move too fast. past. He tried to cover that thing up. He tried to bury his problems. He tried to kill off his sin. The Bible says about Abel that the blood of Abel still speaks from the ground. What you do, what you've done, you can't cover it up. But David teaches us that I may not be able to cover it up, but I can take it to the Lord in prayer. And as nasty as David was, the Bible redeems his name. And David was a man after God's own heart. Man of God, woman of God, let me hurry up and let you know. It does not matter what you have done. God can rectify your name. It doesn't matter what you've been guilty of. God can clean up your mess. God can fix it. The songwriter says, I know Jesus can fix it after a while. Jesus will fix it after a while. Today might be your after a while. Today might be the moment you do like David and say, Lord, create in me a clean heart. See, the public me knows how to act. But it's the private me that needs to be cleaned up. My thought life needs to be cleaned up. Lord, I look at my sister too lustfully. The things that I think are not quite like Jesus have this mind in you that's like Christ. I don't quite think like Christ. I don't forgive like Christ. I don't love like Christ. Matter of fact, there's folk in this room that I don't even like right now. The public me knows how to greet you. Bless you. Come on in. Welcome to Redemption. The public me is on point. It's the private me that got the problem. But watch this. This is nothing that we can take about David. Because David had issues. I believe if David would have cleaned his issues up earlier, then the same issues that plagued him wouldn't have fell on his kids. Wow. The reason why so many of us are stuck in generational curses is because we didn't eradicate the stuff that we struggled with earlier. Matter of fact, you'll pat your nephew on the back because he has 5 girlfriends. And we've become so radical now that we'll even say, girl, if men can do it, you can do it too. Go out there and get you a couple of dudes to sleep with. They do it. If you don't like them, just divorce them and find you another one, baby. It's that easy. Divorce means nothing in the church anymore. We go into it saying, well, if it don't work out, I'll just get out of it. And because we are not eradicating, because we are not chopping the head off of our sin, it's falling on our babies. Because, watch this, because you are promiscuous as a teenager, your daughter and your son is now gay. Because every generation gets wiser and worse. Homosexuality runs rampant because we didn't stop fornication back then. Maybe pornography is not your issue, but whatever your private issue is, I dare you to stand on your feet and just begin to give God worship. You don't even have to say it out loud. Just open up your, just in your spirit, begin to repent to God. You know what your problem is. You can sit here and act all holier than thou if you want to and go back home the same way you came. But if I were you, I would use this moment to say, Lord, forgive me. Create in me a clean God, renew a right spirit within me. Don't withhold your glory from me. Change me from the inside out. In the name of Jesus. Come on, if there is somebody in this place, there is somebody in this place who needs to. Maybe you don't know Jesus and you want to get to know him now. Because he has the power to change your whole life. If you know you need your life to be changed, this is your opportunity. There may be somebody here who you've joined the church, you've been baptized, but you don't go anywhere, and so your connection with Christ is disrupted. This is your opportunity. This is your chance to renew your relationship with Jesus. I need you in my life. Come on, this is your opportunity.